First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and remove this board down here, get it to where I can get my cherry picker in. Go grab the dolly and I'm gonna lower it down. I gotta put 6x6s on top of the dolly, space it up high enough so I can get all these boards out and everything. But I'd like to get at least the body on the dolly and start doing some cleanup work on the inside of the body. As far as like the headliner, I need to pull out some of the dash stuff. I want to get it all kind of ready for some primer as well tomorrow. That's kind of my goals for tonight, is to get it all ready. If I can, I'll get it all prepped out, but if I can, then I'll do it tomorrow and get it all finished up. So I'm going to try to get it all primered by tomorrow and go grab some paint so I can go ahead and start shooting it, which I think I'm going to go with the old tractor paint, the old Van Sickle. And I don't know if I'm going to go with the Ferguson gray or I might go with that darker Ford gray, which I think I might go darker because I painted some of this with it and I just think it's a little bit too light. So I'm going to go get a gallon of one of them, the old Ford tractor paint, and I'm going to shoot the inside of the cab, the whole firewall, and not the door jambs themselves, but I'll pull the doors off and I'll just do the pillars. The whole frame's going to be painted that color, and I think the inside fender wells I'm going to clean up real nice and kind of paint them so everything's going to be color matched in the frame. Underneath the engine bay is going to look nice, and the inside. I don't think I'm doing much for interior on this car. I really don't even think I'm putting down carpet. So yeah, it's just going to be paint more than anything, seats, and that'll be about it. That's all you need anyways in a car, right? You need some seats, steering wheel, and a motor. But I'm going to work on getting this guy off, back on the ground. I think I will clean up a little bit though. It's getting a little dirty. A lot of water's running in the door from all the rain we've had lately, so I think I'll work on that. I'll get started. It is the next day. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would last night, but the doors and everything, drilling them holes out and cleaning up all the lumber from taking apart the homemade, rotisserie, that took a little bit. So tonight I'm gonna go pick up where I left off. I need to go ahead and remove as many of the buttons, emergency brake, key ignition, headlight switch. I need to remove all that, see if I can get the dash out of it, and this big center grill here, try to get all that out of it, and wire wheel and clean up and blow out this whole entire body so I can get it ready for this epoxy primer that I have. I got enough to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get everything set up. Alright, I got the epoxy primer on. I just laid it on pretty thick for the first coat, and that should be good enough. It's starting to tack up, damn near dry, so I'm going to go ahead and start mixing up my Van Sickle tractor paint. I'm using a dark Ford, like a 2N military gray. And I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting this with one coat. As you can see there, I'm finishing off the paint on the inside, and everything's laying out nice. That 2N gray or 8N gray is a great color. I love it, and it's actually pretty similar to the original color that was on the inside. But overall, it's turned out pretty good. But I think that's where I'm going to call it for this video. The next video, you see me starting to do some prep work on the outside and getting it ready for some clear coat. But for now, thanks for watching Andrew's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next week for another episode.